Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome back to the class of money and banking. Today is our sixth lecture. In previous lectures, we studied different topics such as the value of money, the functions of money, the inflation, deflation, and etc. Today, we will discuss the balance of payment. The balance of payment is familiar with you. You are familiar with the term balance of payment. It's the most important concept of money and banking. I hope you have studied the balance of payment in the previous semesters in the economics subject. Today again we will discuss this concept in the money and banking. Dear students, let me start with the definition of the balance of payment. The balance of payment is a statistical or accounting record of a country's international transactions over a certain period of time, presented in the form of double entry bookkeeping. Dear students, the balance of payment is a statistical summarization. It summarizes the economic transactions of an economy with the rest of world, but in a specific period of time. All the transactions of a country with the rest of the world is recorded, statistically recorded, in the balance of payment. Now, all the transactions means that any receipt from abroad or any payment to abroad, any type of payment or any type of receipt. So these are all recorded in the book. So this recording is called balance of payment. This accounting of the transaction with the rest of the world, with the other countries, are recorded in the balance of payment. Now, this transaction is recorded in the double entry bookkeeping. If you remember, in accounting subjects, double entry means that every credit have debit, every debit have its credit. So you cannot enter any transaction in the book with only debit concept or only with credit concept. You must record any transaction with double entry bookkeeping with debit and credit. It must have debit with credit. So this is called double entry. So this double entry bookkeeping statistically recorded is called balance of payment with a specific period of time. Typically, this period of time is 1 year. Most of the countries use the period of time for 1 year. So this 1 year recording of all transactions with other countries, with rest of the world, is called balance of payment. Balance of payment provide detailed information concerning the demand and supply of country's currency. Detailed information of the country's currency of the specific period of time. Means that balance of payment provides complete information about the demand and supply of country's currency. A country's balance of payment data may signal its potential as a business partner for the rest of the world. It's a business partner with the other countries of the world. Balance of payments data can be used to evaluate the performance of the country in international economic competition. When any country want to check your country's position, he must check the information from the balance of payment. He checks the balance of payment of that country. So he, he the country will get complete or a detailed information about the country's international economic competition. So this is the balance of payment. Dear students, balance of payment statement, it is based on double entry bookkeeping. Before I told you, the balance of payment keeps the double entry bookkeeping. For every credit there is a debit, and for every debit there is a credit. So this is called double entry bookkeeping. Any transaction that results in a receipt from foreigner will be recorded as credit with the plus sign. In the domestic balance of payment statement, when you prepare domestic balance of payment statement, any receipt from the abroad, any receipt from the other countries, from the rest of the world is recorded as credit with the plus sign. Dear students, हर हागा ट्रांजैक्शन चे आगे किता पैसे या रिसीट ता हासिल कर द नूर मुल्कुनो ना ता पैसे दरकल शवे रिसीव दिकड़ा पैसे दब क्रेडिट की दे प्लस साइन सर. Any transaction that give rise to payment to foreigners will be recorded as debit with minus sign. और कचेरी दगा मुल्क पेमेंट कई नूर मुल्कुनो तर रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड तर दाबा वो डेबिट की रिकॉर्ड कीगी विद माइनस साइन. दिस इज कॉल्ड बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट. एग्जांपल you can see Boeing Corporation exported a Boeing 747 aircraft to Japan Airlines. Boeing Corporation exported a Boeing 747 aircraft to Japan Airlines. Japan Airlines pays from its dollar bank account kept with Chase Manhattan Bank in New York Commission. The receipt of the $15 million by Boeing will be recorded as credit with plus sign, and the withdrawal from US bank as it will be recorded as debit sign, debit with minus sign. Clear? The balance of payment identity. How we identify the balance of payment? We identify the balance of payment with this formula: BCA plus BKA plus BRA, which is equal to 0. BCA balance on current account, BKA balance on capital account, BRA balance on reserve account. So these are three main components of the balance of payment. Main components of the balance of payment. Under a paper flexible exchange rate regime, the BCA plus BKA is equal to 0. What is flexible exchange rate regime? Flexible exchange rate regime is a regime where the exchange rate is determined by the supply and demand of the country, or supply or demand of the country's currency. Flexible exchange rate regime हागा मार्केट तो वही हागा मार्केट के फ्लेक्सिबल एक्सचेंज रेट रेजिम दे कुम मल्क के चे करेंसी रेट या एक्सचेंज रेट द करेंसी द डिमांड और सप्लाई बांधे मालूमी की, यानी गवर्नमेंट खपल जान त निशी टाकले चे दा जमंग एक्सचेंज रेट दा एक्सचेंज रेट द डिमांड एट सप्लाई ऑफ द करेंसी बांधे मालूमी की. संग चे करेंसी इजाफा कीगी, सुमर च करेंसी इजाफा कीगी पे मुल्क की, सुमर च पैसे इजाफा कीगी पे मुल्क की, हमागोना दगा पैसा डेप्रिशिएट कीगी, वैल्यू की डिक्रीजमेंट राजी, नुच वैल्यू की डिक्रीजमेंट रागे एक्सचेंज रेट इजाफा कीगी. सुमर च मुल्क की पैसा कमीगी, पैसा कंट्रोलीगी, डिमांड ज्यादा की, सप्लाई कमीगी द पैसों नु पद्दागा वक्त की, सॉरी गाइस, पद्दागा वक्त की पैसा एप्रिशिएट कीगी, पैसा च एप्रिशिएट हुआ नु पद्दागा हालत के एक्सचेंज रेट कमी की नु देते हुए फ्लेक्सिबल एक्सचेंज रेट रजिम. چې کوم ملک کې فلیکسیبل ایکسچینج ریټ رژیم موجود وي په هغه ملک کې بیلنس آن کیپیټل اکاؤنٹ پلس بیلنس آن کرنٹ اکاؤنٹ will be equal to 0. دا به د 0 سره مساوي. Now let me start with one by one. Balance on current account, balance on capital account and balance on reserve account. We will discuss one by one in the upcoming slides. First, current account. It's a main component of balance of payment. Dear important, dear your most important term there, most important component there, the balance of payment, current account. The following variables go into the calculation of current account balance. For current account balance के export of goods and services पकी included दी, imports of goods and services पकी include दी, net income abroad पकी include दी. What is net income? Net income, any services provided in the foreign countries by the domestic individuals, by the domestic corporations, by the domestic investors or by the domestic consumers. So this is called net income abroad. And net current transfers. Net current transfers are the transfers such as remittances, donations, tax payments, foreign aids, grants. These are all included in the net current transfers. So these net current transfers are also included in the current account. So these 4 components are included in the current account. So what will be the formula for only current account balance? X minus M plus NY plus NCT. X means export of goods, M means import of goods, NY means net income and NCT means net current transfers. So the imports are subtracted from the exports. Net income is added and net current transfer is also added. It will make the current account balance. Clear? Now you can see in this chart, current account has 4 main components, 4 main parts. The first is balance on goods. So exports of goods are added to the current account. What are these exports of goods? Merchandises, raw material, repair goods, industrial products. All these are exported to the foreign goods and these are added to the current account. Any merchandise you import from the abroad, any raw material you import from the abroad, any repair goods you import from the abroad, or any industrial products you import from the abroad, from the other countries or from the rest of the world, this will be subtracted from the current account. As well as exports of goods are added to current account. What are these services? Financial services you provide to the foreign countries, communication services you provide to the foreign countries, the business services you provide to the foreign countries, and the construction services, information services. All these services are provided to the foreign countries, so these are added to the current account balance. When you import these services from the abroad, from the rest of the world, so these will be subtracted from the current account, such as financial services, communication services, business services, communication services, the construction services or information services. So these services are imported from the abroad, from the rest of the world, so these will be subtracted from the current account balance. The next part of the current account is income. So income received from the abroad, from the other countries, it will be added to the current account, such as employees salaries. Any employee salary is received from the domestic country, so it will be added to the current account. Interest received from the abroad, dividend received from the abroad, so these are added to the current account. Any employee salary paid by the domestic country to the foreign countries are subtracted. Any interests paid from the domestic country to the foreign countries, it will be subtracted. Any dividend paid in the international market, in the in the international market or in the foreign market, so it will be subtracted. The next part of the current account is transfer. Any transfer, such as workers' remittances. Any worker who works in foreign and he sends money to the domestic country, this is called remittances. This will be added to the current account. Any government transfer, such as government aids, donations, and the grants, these are all added in the current account balance. And any workers' remittances provided to the other countries are subtracted from this current account. The government transfers, aids, grants, donations are all subtracted from the current account. So this is the full chart for the current account. You main chart there the current account le para 4 parts lari: balance on goods, balance on services, income and transfer. The sarur shan po current account ki included. Chata payment ke daba subtract kigi, chata receive ke receipt ke daba add kigi the current account ki. Clear? Current account, according to the theory, current account should increase. Current account increase kigi. Kala the domestic currency depreciates. Kala che po value ke kame rashi the currency. It will increase exports. No che exports increase shi or imports decrease shi, no current account is afa kigi. Domestic GDP decreases. Che kala GDP decrease shi. You better know about the GDP. Gross domestic product. Measure the value of economic activity within a country. Is the sum of market value or price of all final goods and services produced in economy during a period of time. It's called GDP. Tool haga price of tool कीमतों the tool haga तौलीदात जो पे यो मल पर दाखिल की जोड़ेगी पे यो काल के देते हुए gross domestic product और gross domestic product कमीगी वाले चकला gross domestic product कम शी no the demand for foreign goods is of a no matlab imports is of a chakala imports is of a no the ki current account increase ki but foreign GDP increases. Foreign GDP is of a increase demand for domestic products. Exports is of a key chakala exports of a increase the current account. Now current account deficit matlab decrease deficiency पर की राशि implies the countries use up more output than it's produced. मतलब दे जो समृद्ध तौलीदात जोड़ करी देना ज़्यादा तौलीदात इस्तेमाल करी मतलब लस तौलीदात पर मल की जोड़ करी पर यो काल की और इस्तेमाल शुवी दो रस नुच लस जोड़ करी दो लस इस्तेमाल शुवी दी common sense खबर अदा च दो ये बांधे न रहा वक्ती sorry दो ये बांधे न रहा वक्ती पर टोल मल के लस दो लस तौलीदात इस्तेमाल शुवी पर यो काल के आमादे जोड़ करी पर टोल मल के लस दाने न दो लस इस्तेमाल शुवी it means दो दाने इजाफा इस्तेमाल करी चाहे दे बार न रहा उड़ी no it means deficit. A country must finance its current account deficit. Kalache deficiency पर की राशि no the दौलत the country the mulk the government be finance की the current account deficiency finance की बिरते पूरा की deficiency पर की खत्म संगे खत्म by borrowing from foreigners the खारिजियान उन्हें दे कर्ज आखिरी the IMF न कर्ज आखिरी the America न कर्ज आखिरी the bull financial institutions न कर्ज आखिरी या by driving down on its previous accumulated foreign wealth या the foreign reserve न दे खपल दौलत कमाई कम IMF सर चुद दी reserve प्रोत दे पर gold standard की पर gold monetary की आगे न खपल पैसे कमाई खपल wealth कमाई और खपल दा for current account deficiency पूरा की. Dear students, this was your current account. Next, we will discuss capital account. The capital account measures the difference between sales of assets to foreigners, which will be credited, and domestic purchase of foreign assets, which will be debited. When you use credit, you must use plus sign. When you use debits, you must use with debit minus sign. यानी फॉरेन एसेट्स के کله چې ته د سیلز کې په فارن اسټس کې او پرچیز کې په فارن اسټس کې د دې ترمنځ چې کوم ډیفرنس دی دې ته کیپټل اکاونټس وایي. نو فارن اسټس چې دي فارن ډایرکټ انویسټمنٹ، پورټفولیو انویسټمنٹ، ادر انویسټمنټس دي. Let me start one by one. First, foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment take place as firms attempt to take advantage of various market imperfections. What is market imperfection? Market imperfection is a market where the competition is not allowed. Monopolistic market, where the market where there is no competition. نو چې په یو مارکیټ کې کمپټیشن نه وي نو دغه فارن ارګنایزیشن د دغه مارکیټ نه ګټه اخلي، والته کمپټیشن شروع کوي. لکه انډر پرایس لیبر هلته موجود وي یا پروټیکټډ مارکیټ موجود وي. پروټیکټډ مارکیټ از ا مارکیټ وچ از پروټیکټډ فرام دی کمپټیشن ډیو ټو high cost of transfer. الته د هاي کاست د ترانسفر لپاره نو الته دغه کمپټیشن نشته، نو فارن ډایرکټ انویسټمنټ الته کول غواړي دغه ارګنایزیشن. Firms undertake FDIs when expected return from foreign investment exceeds the cost of capital. کله ارګنایزیشنز FDI کوي کله چې دوی پوه شي چې زما کیپټل نه ریونیو زیاته شو، 10 روپۍ لګولې 15 روپۍ ریونیو راغله، 15 روپۍ ګټه شو. allowing for foreign exchange and political risk. لیکن دی به فیس کوي د چی سره ایکسچینج ریټ رسک او پولیټیکل رسک سره. لکه زمونږ افغانستان کې پروټیکټډ دی، پروټیکټډ مارکیټ دی، کمپټیشن از پروټیکټډ as well as imperfection market دی، imperfect market دی، کمپټیشن پکې نشته، ډیر کم ارګنایزیشنز موجود دي. نو چې کوم ارګنایزیشن لکه هونډا، ټوټا، داسې نور ارګنایزیشن فارن ډایرکټ انویسټمنټ کوي زمونږ په ملک کې، نو دی به د فارن ایکسچینج ریټ سره فیس کوي، رسک سره فیس کوي، دی به د ایکسچینج ریټ رسک سره فیس کوي. تاسو کتلی شئ زمونږ څومره فلیکسیبل ایکسچینج ریټ دی، سټیبل نه دی. او پولیټیکل رسک وګورئ، سیاسي رسک څومره موجود دی، کمنټ رسک څومره موجود دی، لیګل رسک څومره موجود دی. نو FDI, when any organization make FDI in the foreign countries, they will face with the exchange rate risk and political risk. The volume and direction of FDI is sensitive to the exchange rate. Exchange rate sir hassas the, sensitive the. Clear? Next, in capital account, next part is of capital account is portfolio investment. Portfolio investment represents sale and purchases of foreign financial assets such as stocks and bonds. The portfolio investment. Either you sell your domestic stocks or bonds in international market, either you purchase international stocks and bonds in domestic country. It's called portfolio investment. International portfolio investment have boomed in recent years mainly due to the international portfolio investment. What is that show? Generally relaxation of capital control. Chikala capital control ke relaxation rage, par regulations ke izafa wale rage, par dero mulkunu ke capital control shu, regulations zyad shul, no daga izafa shu par international portfolio investment ki matlab خلکو په انټرنیشنل مارکیټ کې انټرنیشنل سټاکس او انټرنیشنل بانډز سیلز او پرچیز اضافه کړ. also because of the desire of investors to diversify risk globally. او زیات ارګنایزیشنز په دې سوچ په دې لټه کې شول چې دا ریسک زمونږ چې کوم داخل کې دی دا ډایورسیفای کړو په نورو ملکونو کې. که موږ په پاکستان کې تاوان کوو، لاس کوو، په انډیا کې باید موږ پروفیټ را روان وي. په پاکستان په یو ملک، پاکستان په یو ارګنایزیشن کې موږ بانډز اخیستي دي، هغې کې موږ تاوان وکړو. په انډیا کې یو ارګنایزیشن به کې موږ بانډز اخیستي دي، هغې کې موږ ګټه وکړه. ریسک ډایورسیفای شو په مختلفو ملکونو کې. نو کله چې دوی ریسک ډایورسیفیکیشن باندې کار شروع کړ نو دا دوی ته یو چانس ورکړو چې پورټفولیو انویسټمنټ اضافه شي په ټوله دنیا کې. نیکسٹ capital account ki other investments. What are other investments? They are transactions in currency, in banks, in bank deposits, traded credits and so forth. Po currency ki tar transaction ke, po Indian currency ki, po European currency ki, po US currency ki, no datale par capital other investment. Khapal paise deposit ke po foreign banks ki, like US banks ki, po European banks ki, po Pakistani banks ki, no datale par bank deposition. ट्रेड क्रेडिट po कर्जजातु बंदी trading की and so forth. These are all included in the other investments. Such investments are sensitive to change in relative interest rate. And interest rate po exchange rate bandi insensitive de. Lakata पैसे वाखसे po US bank के वाचवाले. amma po US bank के interest rate कम शो. چې انټرست ریټ کم شو د ډومېسټک دغه نه دلته په ډومېسټک کنټري کې تا د 12 روپۍ مثلا دغه 12% انټرست درکول کیږي اما په یو اس بانک کې 10% دلته 12% دلته 10% یو لاس نو دا تعالی پر یو رست دی دا تعالی پر یو او حاصل کیاس ایکسچینج ریټ کې حاصل کیاس کلیئر. نیکسٹ third part of the balance of payment is official reserve account. It records changes in gold and foreign exchange balance held by monetary institutions to meet immediate needs of the country's payment. The yo qisam gold reserve de po international market ki, po international monetary fund ki, po IMF ki. Sta yo wealth alta prot de. Daga wealth nasta che kala paise zarurat bikhigi daga wealth na IMF paise akhli uta ta darki. These are official reserve account. मॉनेटरी गोल्ड अलता मौजूद है यानी गोल्ड अलता मौजूद है स्ता फॉरेन एक्सचेंजेस स्ता अलता मौजूद है लका करेंसीज की ता इन्वेस्टमेंट्स कड़ी पो डिपोजिशंस स्ता अलता प्राते दी पो सिक्योरिटीज की लका स्टॉक्स एंड बॉन्ड्स की ता इन्वेस्टमेंट करे दा अलता प्रोत है दिन स्ता पैसे विस्तल की और रिजर्व पोजीशन इन द IMF या स्ता रिजर्व पोजीशन दे पो IMF की. व्हाट इज रिजर्व पोजीशन इन IMF? इट इज द स्पेशल ड्राविंग राइट SDR. Special drawing right or foreign exchange reserve assets defined and maintained by the International Monetary Fund in units account of the IMF. That's the special drawing right. The you rate this the. Sta you position delta jeta sumra gold standard alta. So these are included in the official reserve account. When a country decreases its reserve holding by either liquidating its reserve holding or borrowing, it will receive funds which are recorded under the credit. कल चित्त खपल रिजर्व जो कोम होल्डिंग देस्ता पो IMF सरा अगर डिक्रीज कवल वाड़े मतलब पैसी रिसीट के पैसी अखले दा ताले पर क्रेडिट जक रिसीट दे मुंगमख की वीली जो बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट की रिसीट ऑफ पेमेंट जो रिसीट शिदा क्रेडिट की विद प्लस साइन ताता पैसे वसूल शुई उस पे इंटरनेशनल मार्केट किस्ता विल डिक्रीज शू दैट इज समथिंग एल्स but you are receiving money, you are receiving payment from the other countries, so this receivement is recorded as credit with plus sign. And what will be debited? The official reserve account will be debited with minus sign. So this is your sixth lecture. I hope you got knowledge about the balance of payment. Dear students, all the complete information about the balance of payment is provided in your reading material. You can easily study listen to the video and study the reading material. You will know all about the balance of payment. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Have a nice time.